This week, guys, it's vlog number 11, the updates from TDW. And if you're listening to this on our new podcast service, welcome. It's a new skill I'm having to teach myself, is understanding how to present for just almost like a radio audience and for a video audience. So it might take me a few weeks to get used to that. Right now, what we're doing is we're uploading all of our vlogs that we've created in terms of news updates. And as we go forward, any tutorials that we produce, we will also put that up on our channel as well. However, we have some very special ideas that we're going to do just for our podcast service. And so do go ahead to your iTunes store or to your Google Play store and subscribe, find Tech Data World and subscribe. Anyway, I've got my notes in front of me. Those of you watching on the video will see me looking over at the computer screen. And I will head through all of the stuff that we've got here to talk about. So, social media. Okay. We've had multiple requests for podcasts. Some of you are saying you travel a lot. Some of you are saying that you'd just like to listen to what we have to say. So the podcasts are now live. We've now created a private Facebook group. So if you want to see some live streams from us and some group member only offers, please do go ahead and subscribe to that. I'll put a link down below on the podcast. Just go to Facebook and search Tech Data World and we will come up. It's a private closed group, so you'll have to request access to it. Once you've got access, you'll get to see some special tutorials that we will do whilst we are, for example, next week we're up in London. We might do some live streams and that kind of stuff. TDW Live is now pretty much full on day one. So if you were planning on coming to the workshop, which we have some pretty unique ideas for this year, you need to book very, very quickly. Day 2 and day 3, you've still got plenty of time. But day 1, because we limit the numbers on the workshop to maximize the interaction and the learning, you need to book very soon. But on TDW Live, massive thank you to Hico and to Stelae, who are both supporting the conference this year. We're well ahead on exhibitors and vendors supporting us than any other year. And there's a couple of others, which I can't mention right now, who have gone for budget and are trying to come along as well. So I think there's probably 2 or 3 tables left, and then that will be full. There's a new format this year for TDW Live. On day 1, we're going to start with taking a product and putting it through some supportability tasks, then some tech docs tasks, and then we're going to be deploying that information. Day 2 is our kind of traditional looking at tech docs, tech data from a wider perspective. However, we now have a second track which will be headed by Aspire, and they will be looking at some more in-depth supportability kind of analysis tasks for those of you that want to go over and watch those. So lots of great stuff going on over there. TDIQ, we have done some updates to TDIQ, a couple of latest courses, issuing and in work and issue numbers of S1000D data modules has been live now for about a week. We are just about to upload an introduction to simplified technical English, which was produced by Dr. Mike Unwala, who is a bit of a simplified technical English guru. He has produced something, it's about an hour and 20 minutes long, I think, on simplified technical English. That will be going up today. And we have introduced our YouTube videos for the TDIQ subscribers so that you don't have to keep going from one platform to another. And plus the fact a lot of you are saying that you've had access to TDIQ granted by your IT departments, but not YouTube. So what we've done is what we upload to YouTube, we've now also made available over on our TDIQ platform, but we're hosting the videos ourselves. So those of you who have access to TDIQ will be able to watch that. TDIQ, We have updated the service to be a HTTPS service, which means now it's completely, all the transactions are completely encrypted. So when you log in or watch things now, that is all encrypted. A couple of your IT departments requested that, so we went ahead with our service provider and we have put some security certificates on the website so you can be safe in the knowledge of that. Now let's talk a little bit about Amsterdam. I am going to Amsterdam. A couple of you have asked the question. Some of you are flying over from the States and have asked if you can sit and have a coffee with me. Absolutely. We have some new t-shirts, so you won't miss me. It'll have our great big TDW logo on the front and the back. And if you come up to me, give me your business card, I'll organise for a copy of our magazine to be given to you. We are staying a little bit out of town, and we're doing that for a very specific reason. One is we have some meetings planned with some vendors that are coming over, and we have some customers that want to discuss some projects. So what we decided we would do is stay a little bit out of town, because based on advice from a couple of people that live in Holland, have said that where the venue is going to be quite noisy. So what we want to do is go slightly out of town and do something that we've got a little bit more quiet and calm and reflection. So, and plus the fact we're driving over because we need to take all of our camera gear with us. And I keep saying we because Jamie's joining me. He won't be coming into the conference, but he is going to go and do some videoing and that through the day around Amsterdam. And we've got, well, I say we've got, he's got some pretty unique ideas on how we're going to report what we see and do in Amsterdam. We're going to do lots of vlogs from Amsterdam, but the idea is that if you join our private Facebook page, you'll probably see some live streams. We'll do some live streaming so you can get to see some of that. But we have also got some interviews lined up. So we have some interviews with some vendors and a couple of interesting people, which we are going to start introducing some interviews onto our channel. So I want to introduce the real people that have the problems with tech data, technical information, and we have about 10 or 11 interviews scheduled, and we are going to start releasing those over our podcasts, and we're going to start releasing those over our channels. So do that. So do subscribe. The PQQ, if you are a vendor or a supplier in the market and you haven't seen the announcement, we are supporting a client right now, a global client with multiple sites worldwide, trying to rationalize their TechPubs processes and their suppliers and tool sets that they use. We announced the PQQ about 3 weeks ago. We've had about 30 responses. If you are a supplier or a vendor in the market and you want access to that PQQ, contact us at Member Services and you will be sent a link where you can register your interest in the RFQ when it comes out. We'll be looking for software solutions for technical publications, creation and delivery, and we are looking for service providers that can help produce ATA S1000D unstructured traditional type information. So if that's you and you fit into that category, get in touch with us, Member Services at techdataworld.com, and they will send you a link so you can fill out the PQQ request. Great news that our friends at CDS, Stelae, BMT and GPSL have all renewed their membership this year. So a huge thank you to all of those guys, because it's because of people like you that we can produce content like this that drives value to the market and also then drives interest to your organization. So a huge thank you for that. Thank you to the guys at CDS who sent in their photo to us that they are sporting the RTFM t-shirts outside the CDS offices. Very nice. We did say that John did look a little bit like he was in a bit of a dazed spotlight, and he did ask us to Photoshop out his head, but we haven't done that, John. So thank you very much for those guys. I'm glad you like the t-shirts. We do have some new t-shirts being designed. I think I've said that already in the past. Claire is on that. She's working with the printers and the designers of what it is that we're actually looking for. But I'll be sporting them at the event in Amsterdam, so you'll be able to see that. Surveys and studies. As you know, we are working with Lionbridge on a study on the use of augmented reality within aerospace and defence, and that study has already had a stack of responses, and in general it's a very positive attitude towards augmented reality. But what we want is, we want your opinion. We want as much as possible, because what we're going to do is create a market report on this, and so your input is absolutely vital. If you already agreed to complete that survey and you haven't received your link, please do get in touch with us and we'll make sure that we ping that out to you. But it's really important that we get your feedback. We are doing another study on the use of structured languages, specifically around S1000D within aerospace and defence. And the reason that we're doing that is because we are getting lots of data points from the people that matter, that they're questioning at what break point should you or should you not be using something like S1000D. So we're going to do a very short market study on, are people actually seeing the benefits that S1000D promises that it's going to deliver, and what are you doing as an alternative, which is really a little bit more important, because we're seeing lots of questions coming our way. And finally, webinars. As we introduced at the beginning of the year, we introduced lots of webinars, and we have loads of them recorded online now on our website. We have some more upcoming webinars, so keep an eye on our channel for that, or keep an eye on our website where we announce them. We've got something coming up with Flatirons very shortly on enforcing S1000D business rules. We're doing one which we believe will be really super interesting. Not going to announce it now, because the moment we do, a lot of the vendors will then try and do exactly the same. So we have some pretty unique ideas for webinars, stuff that actually answers questions that we need answering, not just about trying to sell our products or our services. So we will bring those to you very, very shortly. So really important, keep in touch with us via Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, or just sign up to our newsletter. If you haven't got a copy of our magazine yet, get in touch with Member Services and they will send you information on how you can get hold of a copy of the magazine. It's going out to thousands of subscribers now worldwide, which is really quite exciting, because it was an idea that I had probably 4 or 5 years ago and I could see the need for it, which is great. Do subscribe to the podcast channel. Jamie's put an awful lot of effort into trying to get that running really smoothly for us. Sign up to the conference, because we've got some pretty exciting presentations coming your way for the conference. And if you can't make the conference, keep an eye out on TDIQ, because we might just be able to live stream to TDIQ, which is what we're thinking about doing this year. Anyway, that's the news updates. Over the next couple of weeks, we've got lots of tutorials coming your way. We're going to be talking about ROI. We're going to talk about when it's time to break up with your supplier and your vendor. We're going to talk about lots of great things that, you know, answering the questions that you guys are sending in to us every single week. Again, a massive thank you about the positive attitude that we're getting about TDW and what we're doing and what we're up to and how we're doing it. Really appreciate the positivity. Do keep it coming. We're trying our very best to grow the YouTube channel, so please do share with your colleagues and your managers and all those people that are involved in technical publications, technical information, supportability, because there's lots of content coming your way. Anyway, Michael Ingledew, if you're in Amsterdam, do come over and say hello. I think we've probably got another 1 or 2 of these going out before Amsterdam, so I'll prod you again. But speak to you soon and see you in the next video.